Hello to anyone and everyone who may be watching. I am the War Squid, and in this video we are going to begin the Soviet faction campaign here on Red Alert 2. In the last couple of videos we just finished up the Allied campaign, so we have quite a few videos in regards to the Allied campaign on this channel already. So we're going to transition here into the Soviet campaign. So from this main screen here, I'm going to go single player and new campaign. And we're going to keep the difficulty level right in the middle there at normal, like I did with the previous campaign that we did. The reason being, I'm going to focus more on some commentary and going over some of the Soviet technology in kind of a tutorial narration type video rather than speed running it or anything like that. So I'm going to keep the difficulty level right there in the middle at normal, and we're going to go ahead and proceed right into the Soviet campaign.
We will bury them. We will bury them.
Comrade General, my name is Lieutenant Zofia. It will be my job to see that your command runs smoothly. I have assisted in over 50 successful campaign simulations since the Great War. I believe you will be more than satisfied with my services. Please stand by, comrade. It is Premier Romanov himself.
If the lovely Lieutenant Zofia is finished pushing for promotion, I would like some time with my general, please.
Of course, Premier.
Comrade General, welcome to the future of Soviet Union. I wanted to introduce you to my little friend. This is Sam, like Uncle Sam. Say hello, little uncle. The Americans, they have turtle in children's film. It teaches them to fear Soviet Union. The little turtle sees big Russian missiles coming, and it ducks, and it covers. Duck, cover. Today we will make history, comrade. Together we will destroy the United States, their cities, their homes, their dreams, and perhaps more. This is my advisor, Yuri. He will help make this possible.
I am but a servant of the Soviet Union like you. However, at this moment we must hurry. Time is of the essence.
Of course. Comrade, your first objective will be Washington, D.C. Show us that we were right to let you sit at our table, Comrade General. Crush the Allies in the American capital and destroy the Pentagon.
Establishing battlefield control. Stand by. Reinforcements have arrived. Commander, this is the first step in our glorious conquest. Victory here is crucial. Remember, we must crush the Pentagon. Above all else, the Pentagon must be battle controlled online.
Waiting order.
Okay, so as far as this mission goes, we only have one objective. We start here on the south end of this map, as you can see with our map on the top right corner of the screen here. And we have to get all the way up here to the north end of the map where the Pentagon is, and we have to destroy the Pentagon. We have our objectives tab here in the very top right corner, this briefing button. And if you click that, we get a little overview of the objective here, and then the actual objective in writing, destroy the Pentagon. And that's all we have. So we begin with our construction yard here, right here, and that is going to be what allows us to build any other structures, just the same as the Allied faction has. And we're going to start with our power plant, just the same.
Comrade, moving out.
We also start with a squad of conscripts here.
Moving out. Order
And
received.
right off the bat, we can begin proceeding
Order received.
into some of this unrevealed terrain
complete.
here.
Order
Warning,
received.
enemy infantry battalion
Conscript
detected.
report.
Commander,
We're
this
gonna-
Allied GI is a well-trained soldier capable of quickly deploying a heavy machine gun when stationed within buildings, or deploy with his sandbag nest. Structure garrison.
Comrade, moving out.
New construction.
So we're going to rely pretty heavily on the
Structure abandoned.
fact that we can garrison these buildings as
For
we
the
move
Union.
towards enemy territory here.
Order
As you saw right
received.
there, we were able to just put 10 of these Soviet conscripts into this gas station here, and they were able to safely fire at the enemy GIs right there. We've got a power plant constructed here, so now we have a number of other options available to us. We can go with a barracks or an ore refinery. I'm going to build the barracks first, simply because that is a lot quicker of a build, only 500 in terms of the cost to us, which we can see in the very top right corner. Those are the resources we have. We have 9,400. I'll get my barracks built, and then I'm going to have my...
engineer can repair buildings or capture
Waiting
enemy
orders.
buildings
For the
if you
Union.
can get them past
Order
defenses.
received. Order
And I'm going
received.
to have my ore refinery built here.
For the Union. For home country.
And as we move north, you're going to run into this outpost, this allied outpost here. And I have enough conscripts here that I'm going to simply charge these GIs that are dug in here.
For Mother Russia. Conscript reporting. For the Union. Moving out.
And now that all these GIs are taken out, we have a few
Waiting orders.
reinforcements
Comrade.
coming. We had
Moving out.
about 5, maybe 6
Waiting
conscripts
orders. Moving out.
drop in here.
Let a mere bridge delay our conquest, Commander. Order your engineers to enter the bridge's control station.
So I have now deployed my ore refinery, and that's going to come along with this ore, this war miner here. He's going to start gathering resources for me. And rather than destroying this outpost
New
here
rally
and all the
point
structures
established.
therein, I'm going to train an engineer from my barracks,
rally point
from my
established.
barracks way down south here. And once he is finished training here on the right side of your screen, we're going to send him here into this allied barracks.
Examining diagrams.
And the moment he captures that, we're going to be able to train engineers straight from this barracks. We'll take over these 4 power plants here
Waiting order.
and
For home country.
proceed. We'll also put an engineer into this bridge repair hut, and we'll proceed
Waiting
along this
order.
bridge,
For Mother Russia.
continuing towards our objective.
Conscript reporting.
Unit promoted.
For Mother Russia. Attacking. Engineering. Checking designs.
We cannot let a mere bridge delay our conquest, Commander. Order your engineers to enter the bridge's control station.
Conscript
New
reporting.
rally point established.
And we can't
Unit promoted.
capture any enemy
Moving out.
defensive
Building
structures like
captured.
we saw with those Patriot
Unit
missile
ready.
systems there.
New
Oh,
construction
forgot to set
options.
that barracks as my
Primary
primary building.
building
If we double click that,
Tools
that's
ready.
going to make this
Ready.
barracks our
Examining
primary
diagrams.
building.
Building captured.
Tools ready. Checking designs.
We cannot let a mere bridge delay our conquest, Commander. Order your engineers to
Tools
enter
ready.
the bridge's
Checking
control
designs.
station. Unit ready. Bridge repaired. Building captured.
Tools ready. Go. Checking designs. Checking designs.
Building
Comrade.
captured.
Moving
Okay,
out.
so now we've taken over this outpost here, and we've repaired the bridge. We're going to proceed.
Reinforcements have arrived.
this direction.
Commander, you can order your conscripts into nearby buildings to
Comrade.
fortify them against the enemy. Structure garrison.
And like I previously mentioned, we're going to rely pretty heavily on our ability to garrison buildings here. So we've got some defensive structures and some GIs that are dug in here that we're able to take out
Structure
relatively
level.
safely by
Comrade.
ordering our conscripts into these buildings here.
Order received.
After that, we're going to have to move
For the
forward.
Union.
We have enough
Commander.
conscripts here
Order
similar to the
allow
last
our
outpost
troopers to land in the area.
that
Reinforcements
allow
have
for
arrived.
us to simply charge the GIs here.
Attacking. Waiting orders. Attacking. Attacking. Moving out. For the Union. Home country. Tools ready. Checking designs. I have yes,
We had a
Commander.
few
Examining
reinforcements
diagrams.
drop in here
Building
again.
captured.
I have the information.
And in
Checking
similar
designs.
fashion, I'm going to
captured.
simply take over the
Primary
structures that I
building
can.
selected.
Just because I'm going to
Training.
take over this outpost rather than destroying it.
New
Conscript
construction
report.
options.
I
Unit
have the
ready.
information. Examining diagrams. I have
You'll
the
also
information.
notice that we have a tech airport available here to us. If we capture that, we'll have the ability to call in
Unit promoted.
reinforcements. We'll be able
Building
to
captured.
call in a paradrop of conscripts here
report.
for
Unit
us.
promoted.
Tools ready. Examining diagrams. Conscript report.
Excellent, Comrade Commander. As soon as the paratroopers are completely prepared, we will be able to strike anywhere
Comrade,
we desire.
moving out. Comrade, you are
Reinforcements
sure?
have arrived.
So you'll also notice that on this particular mission, our
Comrade,
objective is across this bridge here. After we cross this final bridge, we're going to approach the stronghold surrounding the Pentagon. There is another
I have the
bridge off
information.
here to
Checking
this
design.
side
Comrade, moving out.
that you can repair with an engineer in this bridge repair hut and go across.
Bridge repaired.
And when you do that,
For the
that's going
Union.
to allow you
For the
to pick
Union.
up a few more reinforcements over here
Da.
along the water, which we'll see in a moment.
Reinforcements have
For the
arrived.
Union. For the Union. Conscript report. Order received. Waiting orders. Ready, comrade.
So that crossing that bridge allows you to take over control over 4 Rhino tanks here,
Waiting
and you can
orders.
choose to do that, or you can choose to skip that part and simply go across
For the Union.
this bridge here.
Waiting orders.
Neither choice is critical to the mission in terms of
reporting.
operating with or without these tanks, but you can choose to go pick up a few more reinforcements if you choose.
Moving. Yes, Commander. Ready, comrade. Waiting orders. Conscript reporting.
And you'll notice that we do have the opportunity to build several
Reinforcements
allied buildings and defensive structures here. And the reason for that is because we put an engineer in their allied construction yard, and so that gave us
Waiting orders.
access to
Waiting
the
orders.
allied technology.
For the Union.
We're only on the first mission here, so it's very basic technology, similar to the
Moving out.
allied campaign. More and more technology
Reinforcements have
is
arrived.
introduced to us as we proceed through the campaign, but for now we just have a few basic structures available to us: power plant or refinery barracks, and then the Soviet counterparts here, the Soviet Tesla reactor, which is the same as the power plant, Soviet barracks, and Soviet ore refinery here. So, like we touched on at the very beginning of this video, our only objective is to destroy the Pentagon. So now that we're here, we can essentially
Structure abandoned.
just begin charging this base. I was able to garrison these buildings here
Structure
and take out a
abandoned.
litit bit
Conscript
of
report.
their defensive structures, but from here we're going to take
Unit
kind of a
lost.
rushing approach and just charge towards the Pentagon here. And once we get
Unit
kind of
promoted.
within these inner walls here, we're going to start getting a ton of reinforcements, as you can see, dropping in here to help us out. So this is going to,
Unit promoted.
once you kind of breach the perimeter here,
Reinforcements have arrived.
you have more reinforcements than you know what to do with. Start
Unit
dropping in
promoted.
to help you secure
Unit
this objective.
lost.
Waiting orders. For Mother Russia. Comrade. Ready, comrade.
You can choose to destroy all these defensive structures around
Unit lost.
surrounding the Pentagon, or you can just charge right in and start blowing up these chunks of the Pentagon here.
Unit promoted.
Either way works just fine. You don't have to destroy these structures around the Pentagon to beat this level, this first mission here, but
Waiting orders.
I prefer to just
Conscript
take everything out
report. For home country.
for whatever reason.
Comrade.
And once the Pentagon's going to be in
Attack.
Superb.
a few chunks there, and once you destroy all of those subsections of the Pentagon, that's going to conclude this first Soviet
Mission
mission here.
accomplished.
And so that's going to bring you to an end screen in the same way that the Allied campaign missions always ended. The only thing that's going to be different are the graphics here. We obviously have the Soviet emblem rather than the Allied emblem. We're going to have our par time on the very bottom compared with our time, and a comparison between the two, and then a message at the top depending on whether or not we beat that par time or exceeded that par time there. So that is the first mission in the Soviet campaign, and that's going to do it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.